As a Democrat who has been left homeless, who is now definitely in the center, but probably leaning increasingly right, I'm left yet again with an appreciation, despite the messenger of the message of the Trump administration.
Whoa! Someone has been cured of their Trump derangement syndrome. Something I can relate to, and I think we need more of it. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. I'm glad you're here. Here's where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. So, Trump derangement syndrome. What is that? You know, I'm going to define it for you because I want you to believe what I believe instead of you thinking for yourself. I'm brainwashing you. No. Not trying to do that. Over the past, 3 years since there was like a global, we've all heard the term mass formation psychosis, which is hypnosis. And there's Trump derangement syndrome. What do they have in common? They're all hypnosis, whether it's mass formation psychosis or Trump derangement syndrome. And by the way, Trump derangement syndrome is a form of mass formation psychosis. The mass formation psychosis we're used to, associating that term with is like the pharmaceutical little agenda. It's mandated. Go get it. It won't work unless you get yours too. But it's so effective, you got to get it. But everybody else has or yours isn't going to work. That's how the term mass formation psychosis was put on the map of my mind. But you look at Trump derangement syndrome, it's a mass of people who have been hypnotized. Hypnotized what? Trump is bad. And that's pretty, why is he bad? I don't know, he's definitely bad though. So it's something I suffered from a little bit. When Trump was elected, I wasn't into politics at that time. I was just like, dude, I don't want Hillary in office. She scares me. But also, like, everybody says Trump's bad, so I guess he's bad. He might be a racist because I heard he's a racist. And then spring of 2020, I started paying attention to what Trump was saying. I'm like, dude, I like what he has to say. And then I started re-examining some of the beliefs I've had about him and realized a lot of those beliefs aren't my beliefs, but they were taking up space on the hardware of my mind. It was someone else's software, Trump derangement syndrome program, running on the hardware of my mind. I confused it as my own beliefs. I've since cleansed a lot of those beliefs, but a lot of people still suffer from it. And I think that's very relevant because we have an upcoming election on our hands. And I would say out of the three viable candidates, Biden, if we can call him viable, Biden, RFK, and Trump, I would say there's only one way America loses, and that is if Biden is reelected. And the more people cleanse themselves of the Trump derangement syndrome, the better shot America has of staying America and healing and not falling into where the globalists are trying to take us. And side note on that, if someone is cleansed of Trump derangement syndrome, they're doing their own thinking and through their own critical thought, if they look at President Trump, what he's done, what he says now, and they're like, I don't like Trump. All the power to you. But when you're just running this hypnotic program, you are being used. Someone, Trump's bad. I don't respect that unless it's born out of their own critical thinking. So, a short clip I want to show you of a living example of someone who cleansed themselves of Trump derangement syndrome. This is taken from the Gateway Pundit. Billionaire and Democrat voter Chamath Palihapitiya, apologize, probably mispronounced that, changes tune, admits he was wrong about Trump, says Trump derangement syndrome did more harm than Trump himself. I have something to say about that. But first, let's take a look at his thoughts.
What those guys did was pretty incredible in hindsight. These Abraham Accords, the Accords with Israel and the GCC, the almost accord between Israel and Saudi, to really be able to find a long-lasting peace is just a real example for the world. And those guys did a lot of really good work.
He's a self-professed Democrat. He was against Trump, but now he's starting to do more of his own critical thinking. And you're saying, no, his administration did a lot of great work. And he named specific nuanced examples of great work. As someone who's starting to think for themselves.
And it's a miracle, actually, when you look at it. What they did, despite the fact.
What Trump did is a miracle. That's cool.
Listen, I'm no fan of Trump, and I am too.
I am.
Homeless.
But this is where,
it's a political party. But if you want to objectively look at what they did, it was good work. It was great work.
You have to. And in fact, this is a moment where you have to start to re-underwrite, is your, not you, Jason, but I'm just saying collectively, is one's Trump derangement syndrome causing more damage than anything that Trump could have actually done.
And he goes on, worth listening to, but we're not going to, just for the sake of brevity. But his ending question springboards me to share this. His ending question, did Trump derangement syndrome do more harm than Trump? To me, the answer is unequivocally yes. There is I think, a very inaccurate belief. It's misinformation. This belief is Trump was a divisive president. And even some of his supporters will say he was divisive. And, even though, do I support him? They're like, yeah, he was divisive. I disagree. I don't think Trump was divisive. I think the media's propaganda about Trump was extremely divisive. Was Trump the most divisive president in U.S. history? Absolutely not. The media's reaction and the assault of propaganda, very organized, very orchestrated, very coordinated. Trump is bad, instilled Trump derangement syndrome. So the media and them injecting Trump derangement syndrome, that is divisive beyond anything else we've ever seen. I don't think Trump was divisive. Yes, he's a unique character. He's got an ego, says some outrageous stuff, some of which I agree with. It's just in outrageous format compared to what you expect from a president, which, by the way, is one of the reasons why some people like him so much. That's relatable. He's kind of acting like a human, which is relatable, weirdly enough. It's my way of saying I don't think Trump was divisive. I think the media's portrayal of him was divisive, and I think it was deliberately divisive. And the more people who can, own this, when I've made mistakes in my thinking, and while I was thinking those thoughts, I didn't know they were mistakes. I thought they were opposite. I thought this is correct, good thinking. But I love to own my mistakes. Hey, I was wrong about guns. Hey, I changed my mind about abortions. Hey, I changed my mind about God. Hey, I changed my mind about Trump. Why this clip is really so relevant is it's a palpable example of someone owning, I was wrong, I changed my mind. And I think that's beautiful. I think more people need to see things like this, because when we see other people have the courage and the attribute of strength to change their mind about something, the more it gives them a permission slip to do the same. And I think one of those things that a lot of people can rethink and live a better life and support our country in a more positive direction is cleansing their brain of Trump derangement syndrome. So I'm enthused by what I saw here, ladies and gentlemen, and the 494 genders in between. And I hope it was inspiring for you too. Appreciate you watching. I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But before that, got a special message for you. I don't know about you, but I'm someone who likes to take control of my health. And one of the prime ways I look to do that is with high quality CBD. There's no question about it. CBD has helped a lot of people overcome a lot of different challenges while boosting their vitality. But here's the problem. Getting high quality, pure potent CBD can be an issue. That's why I developed Awaken CBD. To help people feel and function their best, I wanted to bring the best, highest quality, most potent, pure CBD to the market possible. And that's exactly what we've done. We've got both full spectrum and broad spectrum CBD oil. And my favorite, most delicious way to get my CBD is with the full spectrum gummies and sleep gummies. And if you're like me, where you a little too occasionally develop aches and pains, we also got you covered there with the topicals. If you want to start upgrading your health with the best, most high potency, purest CBD on the market, I would love it if you checked out Awaken CBD at awakencbd.com.